Welcome back to Denoised. We're back in the studio.
We're back.
Good to be here. See you again, Addy. In person, not virtually.
Yeah, it's been months.
I know.
Just weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks, but it feels like months.
Yeah.
All right, got a couple stories today. So, let's get into it. First off, I got an important question for you. Have you been following the Amazon Prime saga of The Summer I Turned Pretty?
No. Please enlighten me. Wow, this is already interesting.
Well, the grand finale was last week, and now you got to figure out if you were Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad. Who got the girl at the end?
Okay. Oh, okay. No.
So you've not been following along for the past 3 months.
I'm not the demographic for that show. Let's just say that.
I'm the husband demographic where my wife starts watching it, and then it's on in the background, and then I get sucked into it too, and then now now it's over. It is finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which team are you, or your wife?
Yeah, we were Team Conrad, and
why? Not
to spoil it. Well, you got to watch the show, but you're just watching. You're just it's like a 12-hour version of The Notebook.
Oh shit. I mean, look, congrats to Amazon for finally having a show that is in the pop culture sphere, right? This is huge for them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's actually a good point too, because usually the shows that have done really well on Amazon are big strong dude with a gun, Reacher, Terminalist.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout does well, but that is also an action.
Fallout, that's a good point. It's probably the first one that's just regular contemporary drama.
Okay, I got a show recommendation for you.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Alien Earth, but
Alien Earth is so good.
Yeah, I hear great things.
Keeps getting better.
Gotta watch Black Rabbit on Netflix.
I tried to watch it last night. I fell asleep.
Dude, Jason Bateman kills it on that show.
All right, I'll give it another shot. Okay, I was really out of it yesterday.
Did you say you fell asleep?
I fell asleep.
All right, maybe don't watch it.
All right, let's talk about AI stuff. First up, we got another update from Google's AI program to embed themselves with Hollywood filmmakers. They have another short film. I guess they co-produced it, but it's part of their AI on the screen program called Sweetwater, directed and acted by Michael Keaton and written by his son, Sean Douglas.
Yeah. And it also stars Krea Sedgwick.
Yes.
This is a really interesting story.
What is interesting about it for you?
What I find interesting is that this is it's how Fallout used the LED volume, an LED volume.
Okay.
There was no fakery per se. It was an artificial screen, and it's meant to be that. In this example, AI is written into it as AI. So it's literally used. So his late mother's holographic AI version has the connection with Michael Keaton's, current form, and instead of shot replacement and replacing VFX and all of those things that we're concerned with, it just kind of plays into what AI will eventually be in the future, which is some sort of avatar for either late people or existing people.
You're talking about AI as a whole, in our cultural impact.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really knows what AI will be in 5 to 10 years.
I don't know if that's,
except for Sam Altman. He seems to know everything.
I don't know if that's the mentally healthiest thing for us to progress to be able to, speak with past loved ones. That aside.
Yeah, that aside, I think the only way to recreate someone pretty convincingly is with AI, right? If you can have enough, if you can train a model on the likeness of a person's personality, character traits, all that stuff, then an AI can replicate it to some extent.
Yeah, because that was literally a Black Mirror episode.
Right.
Yeah.
So they play into that use of AI into this AI-powered film.
Right, because he's speaking with an AI holograph of his late mother in the film. And it's part of the storyline of the film.
How many times have I said AI in the past?
Sorry, folks. I'm glad it's not a drinking game. So, that's interesting. The other part is obviously this is made with their AI film collaboration program.
Yep.
AI on the screen. The details of of the actual production of the film are light right now. Basically, they said they made the film, they premiered, it's going to do a festival run. That was really it. They didn't really get any details of, is this all generated? Is this something like Ancestra?
Ancestra,
the film that was part live action and then part, AI baby, AI effects. And it was a very nice blend of AI
it's like a compositing
VFX.
of a AI baby onto a live plate, which both of us were really impressed by. It was well done.
Yeah, it looked great. Yeah. And the bulk of it was live action actors. This one I'm curious about. It does, in this one picture of the film Sweetwater, they kind of look AI-y. They look a little synthetic-y. You can tell it's Michael Douglas, but Michael Keaton. But
nah.
No, you think it's real?
No, that's real. That's just heavy
compression.
color grading. Yeah.
Okay. So then, that aside, I'm curious what it is.
Yeah.
What they used. I mean, I'm going to guess they used the Google tools like VO3 and...
Or some crazy custom version of VO3 that we don't have and they have.
VO4.
Yes, exactly. No, it's really, I think, a proven pathway for technology adoption in film and TV. When a new tech comes along, you generally don't want to throw a lot of money into it. So a short film format with a few $1 million budget, great. And then it also goes into the film festival circuit, which in and of itself, if it's successful, has a pretty good runway into getting the film acquired and then eventually made into a feature.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I think a few million is a crazy number to say for a short
film.
Yeah,
I mean, with Michael Keaton, right? I mean,
I still think that's a crazy number.
Okay. I feel like Google
and also
has...
I think an acquisition of a short film is a crazy number. This is like I mean, look, it's a marketing thing. Like you get a legit actor and name involved. He makes, is involved in AI, makes an AI short film.
Yeah.
It just, helps legitimize the tool set that they're trying to, get embedded more into more Hollywood productions.
Yeah. When we say, AI short film, what sort of budgets are you thinking typically would make it successful?
I mean, for this thing, I would still picture it to be in the traditional realm of like if you were making a short film, like with a decent budget. So 100,000 to 250,000
for like let's say 30 minutes, 10 minutes.
10. Yeah, I mean, if it's 30, maybe a bit more.
Yeah,
it also depends. Obviously, this depends. What is it? One location? Is it a set? Is is this a uncomplicated thing? The idea of AI is supposed to be like, well, it's supposed to reduce budget or make things more possible. So where are they using it for? Exteriors, B-roll, VFX.
I don't know. I feel like 100,000 is nothing. Especially if you take physical production into consideration.
I mean, if it was like a 2-day shoot, then maybe.
Oh, okay. That's small. I mean, I don't know
anything. I don't know. Yeah, we don't. But the details are light on this. We don't know how long it is. We don't know what it's about besides the AI
gut
thing.
Instinct. Just having produced a
I'm not talking about making the film. I'm not talking about his like fees for being.
No. Of course, yeah. I'm just talking pure production costs.
Yeah, and
I think a couple million easy.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, just to be comfortable.
These are the two different worlds that I come from. These are a couple $1,000,000 making a feature for that.
Well, just renting like a Ari Alexa for a week is like what, $20,000 or something?
You don't think they shot this on the new Nikon Red $2,200 camera?
Then you're playing in you're not going to win TIFF or Cannes with an iPhone shot.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Agree to disagree.
Yeah. I mean, I still think a couple million would be crazy just to produce the film. Not, excluding the marketing and the promotion they're going to be doing, for pushing this film. Yeah. But like we're saying, we're speculating because I would love more details about what this actually entails. And
it's very cryptic. Just a Google blog.
It is just a Google blog post about the Q&A at their premiere screening in New York, which also I thought, I mean, I guess he lives in New York, but I was like, interesting that's New York and not LA.
The other Darren Aronofsky film was also New York based.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess
maybe Google's there. Yeah, Google does have a giant office in Manhattan. I drive
on the
by.
water, right?
Yeah.
Another converted old industrial space like the one they have here.
I'm sure the lunch in there is great.
So you never leave. But speaking of the budgets, though, we didn't get into details because I think we were out of town. But there was that other OpenAI producing Critterz feature.
Yes.
And that budget is like $30 million.
So I have some notes on that movie.
Okay.
Maybe we can cover it in another episode, but it sounds like a ton of CG stuff went into it.
I'm sure. I mean, to still have the $30 million budget and seeing that people be like, I thought AI was supposed to make this stuff like cheap, like $30 million bucks. It was like, well, $30 million compared to $200 million.
Yeah.
It is a lot cheaper, but yes, $30 million is still high.
Most, with the exception of Pixar, Disney, and DreamWorks, nobody's making 100 million plus animated movies anymore. The average animated film as of 2020 is when I last budgeted one. A $15 million budget will get you a really nice animated film, mostly made in India.
What time frame? What time over what?
1.5 to 2 years.
Right, and they're trying to do it by Cannes next year.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, because I think, The Flow is a great example, and it's like that was $4 million, but over like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So the more you squeeze the timeline, the more the cost expands because you just have to hire more people.
Yeah. 30 still does feel high.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm curious where like how much is just going to be traditional like CG, build it out, and where the AI lift is going to come into play.
You think they made the whole movie with AI and that was like 10 million, then they had to delete the whole thing, make it in CG, that was another 20 million.
Or just when they made the first version, all of the models have improved so much, it's just like, we just got to redo it all because everything we had before, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, something's off about it. So I do want to investigate a little bit more. And
I'm curious what the numbers break down. But I mean, it could also just be because they're trying to do this very fast.
Yeah, and also OpenAI is generally not a Hollywood player, so they're probably spinning up new infrastructure to do production management. Yeah,
and I'm curious because like Sora has kind of not been in the conversation as much since all the other models have come out. So like, are they trying to get back in the game, or is it also like they're producing it-ish and maybe they'll use Sora, but they'll probably just use whatever tools are
I saw
available?
A lot of DALL-E stuff in the articles. Like it's I guess a new version of DALL-E being used.
Is it? I mean, I'm still wondering too, because also like depending how the articles are written or researched, if you have AI research stuff, it will bring up DALL-E. I've noticed from trying to research experience and like from OpenAI stuff. I mean, they haven't called a product DALL-E. I don't think in like since the beginning of the year. Like it just shifted to ChatGPT image. And if you like call up the APIs or if you go into the other tools, it's ChatGPT image. Like DALL-E as a model name. Maybe it's internally referred to that still, but like I feel like publicly it has not been called DALL-E for like 6 months.
I have an OpenAI comment I like to make.
Okay.
I was watching a YouTuber, like an AI-oriented YouTuber, explain it way more elegantly than I will. Essentially, large transformer models like ChatGPT and you know Claude and all that stuff, they've hit like the upper ceiling of how intelligent they could be. ChatGPT 5 was, I think, trained on like 4 trillion parameters, and like the quote unquote intelligence gain was like law of diminishing returns. Like it was barely.
Yeah, it came out and we're all like, okay,
cool. Right.
Nice.
And so they've fundamentally hit a limit where they bet big on scale, and now that bet is not paying off. So internally within the AGI community, there's like a bit of a scramble, and it's not just that OpenAI.
Of like what to do next or how to train. Because I mean, I also imagine like 4 trillion parameters. That's like the Earth. Like, what else do you throw at this stuff?
All of the internet.
Yeah. Like what else do you throw at these things?
Exactly. So, and now there's some Chinese models that are, I'm not sure if they're Chinese, but they use a distributed system architecture, and it's like a few 100 million per different node. So it's like, imagine like a hierarchy of models working together, and that's supposedly more intelligent than ChatGPT 5. So it's not about scale. And if it's not about scale, then that puts NVIDIA's big AI bet at risk, right? Because they were betting that they would build city-sized infrastructure for not 4 trillion, but for quintillion or whatever the next number is.
Well, I don't think that slowed them, because didn't I just see something this morning that they announced that NVIDIA's investing in OpenAI?
Yeah, I saw a post that it's a 100 gigawatt commitment. Like they're just going off power.
NVIDIA to invest $100 billion in OpenAI as AI data center competition intensifies. Reuters. Well, it hasn't stopped them.
Yeah, and that's essentially
that is the theory. They need to keep building bigger and bigger centers and more chips.
They're not going to stop because I think the shareholder price and all of the valuation depends on it, right? They're just going to have to keep
making more chips.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, like the whole scramble. Remember when we were laughing when Zuckerberg's poaching like backfired and all the folks were just leaving. A lot of that had to do with the fact that Llama just couldn't hit any level of proper AGI metrics, no matter how hard they tried. Yeah, no matter who they brought in or how much they trained, and it just we're hitting this like very upper limit in the research community that I mean, it doesn't like affect us day to day. I'm very happy with ChatGPT the way it is now. It's totally useless for certain things, but the companies are betting so big and it's such a long timeline that if they don't show progress along that slope, then it just dismantles their entire business model. And that is a big, like if...
Well, I mean, that was also the fear, with when DeepSeek came out. like beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you could do ChatGPT, and for a fraction of the cost, you don't need all these crazy data centers.
Exactly.
Didn't really seem to have an effect on how things were going.
The entire Silicon
and then also the theory
Valley,
that you're saying, like, where it's like, oh, well, you need the big models first to distill them.
Yeah, I think where it will affect us is the entire Bay Area, Silicon Valley economics is entirely reliant on this AI thing working out and not being a bubble. And if that bubble comes crashing, that's going to have a huge impact, not just on the U.S. economy, but the world economy as a whole. And like that is
yeah. I mean, look, I've heard about the bubble thing. I mean, and also the comparisons to like crypto and stuff.
Sure.
You know, I mean, this feels different. This feels like, oh, you can very like tangibly see benefits that come out of this and like ways that things can change. Crypto is always sort of like, how does this make things better?
Yeah.
Where is this besides pumping up a coin that you made up?
I got a neighbor that's a crypto bro. Got a brand new car.
There are some things I get about crypto that do seem overall like positive, but like there was a big lift. But AI, I mean, yeah, there are immediate benefits, but does it support the amount of data centers and chips that are being built? I don't know.
I think for the near term, we don't have enough data and chips. Like I think the next few years, absolutely, the demand is higher than supply. So NVIDIA will continue to see a rise in.
But then eventually it'll plateau eventually, or something will happen.
I think like underneath the actual architecture for transformers will have to be a new architecture, and I'm guessing that new one will be far more efficient to where you won't even need trillions of parameters. And at that point, instead of like using 100 megawatts of data center power, you need one, and then it'll significantly reduce, like the supply demand curve will completely flip on its head. The same way the film industry has, right? It's like in the past, we couldn't give the audiences enough film. And so there was such a giant economy around this limited number of films that were released. Fast forward to today, we have more entertainment than we know what to do with. So it's flipped. And now each piece of entertainment has less value attached to it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I think the same will apply for AI models.
Or you have to build a big model and it gets distilled or shrunk into a smaller, faster model.
Yeah.
Like looking at, I mean, because I'm thinking like even the training the large language models, that's one thing, but also running the video generation stuff takes a lot of compute. And if there's also this, going with like Luma's vision where, personalized videos for everyone, and that partnership they have with Humane in Dubai or Saudi Arabia or wherever.
Yes.
They're building big data centers, and like their kind of vision was like, everyone just generating their own personal videos and videos everywhere. And it's like, sure, that'll take a lot of compute and a lot of power until the models get distilled and shrunk and reduced. Like you can even see with VO 3 fast, where like that got so much smaller that Google's like, just generate it, like unlimited VO3 fast, which came from VO3, the full model. So
just stepping outside of our M&E bubble though, like we think image and video generation is a big chunk of AI usage. It's actually really not, right? Like I would say it's probably a few percentage of the overall data center utilization. If you look at like finance and law and all the stuff that ChatGPT is doing really well, insurance and real estate.
You think that's a bigger
that's probably like 90% of what NVIDIA is spinning up.
That kind of stuff.
Those industries.
Also, what about not even just M&E specific, but like advertising, like image campaigns, like for e-commerce and
it's big, but it shies in comparison to like just take any like real estate. Like there is 1 million transactions that are happening today just around the US probably. And each one of those 1 million transactions is probably going to have some type of ChatGPT API call. So you're looking at like millions of calls just for that industry alone. Add finance, add legal, add whatever software, code development, all that stuff. Those, I think, are the big buckets of usage. And if you don't see general intelligence there, those markets will not use it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also thinking like that is a forward thinking. Like I'm wondering like what law firms and insurance agencies have like adapted AI like into their workflow yet.
I think as an enterprise, maybe not too many, but at an individual level, like you and I use it all day long, and I have friends who are lawyers; they use it all the time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just feel like one push of the video generation is going to be like equivalent to like my text ChatGPT use for the day.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But overall, I get what you're saying. We're building a lot more data centers. We'll probably need them in the future. Eventually, we won't need them as much. And then what happens?
It's like when China builds those empty cities.
Yeah. we can just convert the data centers into affordable housing.
It'll be warm.
Yeah. Big tangent, but let's come back to, this sort of ties into what we're talking about. So this company, Inception AI, built by former Wondery, the podcast company execs, they're launching this new company, and their plan is to basically just churn out AI podcasts at scale. 5,000 podcasts, 3,000 episodes a week, $1 cost per episode. That was the Hollywood Reporter's headline of this.
When we spun up our podcast, this one, the first thing I was thinking is, does the world need another podcast?
No, the world needs 5,000 AI generated podcasts. So, all right. So the business plan of this is they're going to spin up a bunch of these podcasts, push them out, and here, Inception AI already has more than 5,000 shows across its Quiet Please podcast network and produces more than 3,000 episodes a week. Collectively, the network has seen 10 million downloads since September 2023. It takes about an hour to create an episode, from coming up with the idea to getting it out in the world. And I think the play here is bust out a bunch of quantity and then get hits with dynamic ads insertions and make some money that way.
Oh. The fact that the entire storyline of the podcast and all of the content is AI generated, that just really, it gives me the ickies.
Yeah, it's like, this is the AI slop thing that we're, trying to battle against and dissuade fears of just like, oh, you could just produce the equivalent of like podcast brain rot in mass.
Absolutely. And this is the podcast equivalent of that Meta AI post with the artificial family that's posting about their vacation.
Oh yeah, that or the chatbot, you like talk to the stepmom or whatever. Like that weird stuff.
I think it's gimmicky. I think it'll probably have a short-term little spike, but in the long run, I don't see any of this working.
Yeah. Oh, here. The company's able to produce each episode for $1 or less, blah, blah, blah. This generally means that if about 20 people listen to that episode, the company made a profit on that episode.
I see. You know what?
So, right. It's a volume play.
Oh, I mean,
but it's
all it takes is 20 people.
For us legit podcasters, like launching a podcast and building a podcast, putting it out in the world and like building up the audience is a pain in the ass. It's one of the hardest things to grow on.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching and subscribing and the reviews. But it's a pay, like excluding YouTube because they have a much better model, but like Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah.
Paying to grow and develop there. And then if the market just gets flooded with all these other podcasts, with these AI automation podcasts, it just like drowns everything out.
I think it just makes the noise floor bigger, but the noise floor is still a floor.
Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe you got a couple hits on this, but it's like, are you building a brand? Are you building? Are you building?
It's a click-through rate thing.
It's like, what is the longevity here? If you're just like, let's just keep churning out stuff en masse, what's the long-term play?
Also, I think the hyperscalers like Azure or AWS is probably like funding a lot of this because it's just helping them spin up their virtual machines.
I could see that. I hear the company produces different levels of podcasts. The lowest level involves weather reports for various geographic areas. I could get how that it's like an SEO play, or simple biographies, and higher levels involving subject area podcasts hosted by one of about 50 AI personalities they've created, including food expert Claire Delish, gardener and nature expert Nigel Thistledown, and Ollie Bennett, who covers offbeat sports.
Did they prompt ChatGPT to have witty names?
ChatGPT should, like, why is there a whole company? There should just be one person just like spinning up AI agents to produce this stuff. I think their overhead.
I want the conspiracy theorist guy, like Mr. Tinfoil.
Yeah, Mr. Tinfoil. Yeah. Yeah. So like you said, this kind of gives me the ick. It's just like the AI model that's not the best. It also reminds you ever heard of dead internet theory?
No.
It was like, basically it was after, like forums and other boards and everything started growing, the point of the internet turning today, where most of the interactions and comments and stuff on the internet is like bots and bots commenting and bots interacting. Sure. And so that the actual like comment ecosystem on the internet is like not real people. And it's just sort of this like dead internet.
Most of it is not.
Yeah.
That is statistically true.
This also feeds into the dead internet theory, where just like the bulk of action happening on the internet is not like people to people, it's people to robots or just robots to robots, like going back and forth
which is not
with each
good
other.
because future AI models will train on all this data.
I always wondered that from the start.
Like WTF, man.
Yeah, that was my always big question on when they started training the LLMs and they were pulling stuff from the internet. And it's like, okay, you pull stuff from the internet and then you start writing blog posts and then you start putting the blog posts that were generated up there. And now you're just going to keep training. Yeah. Like, it's like, oh, just our knowledge point is going to stop at like 2020 of like original stuff. And then everything after that is going to be, the new training is going to be incorporating
for sure.
synthetic data.
The lens that I will sort of, I see this every day. I work with image models, work with AI. The minute you introduce synthetic AI images into a training set, like it really messes up. Yeah. Like if you're not careful about it, you're throwing off the whole training.
I see the Reddit comments and stuff where people are like, I got a data set here. It's like, got synthetic stuff. And they're like, get out of here. That's crap.
Yeah. No, seriously.
It's going to be crap.
And you could tell which like AI models use a lot of synthetic data. And the output is quite synthetic because of it. So I would imagine the same thing would apply for LLMs and stuff. If it's like reading through the comments of all the bots, it's going to sound like a bot.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay. They are using agents here. The episodes themselves are built using AI powered by 184 custom AI agents who work with several large language models, including OpenAI, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, and more to build out the content. That's what I would have used.
Why not?
Also like Google.
Why not 185?
Google
184
is 184. Yeah, it's very specific. Yeah, this also feels like something that Google would just like blow up in a second. Like if they just turned Notebook LM into a product or a service, which I'm sure eventually will happen. But like they'll
just turn it into an API, and then Riverside can grab that API and then turn it into a whole platform.
I mean, I think Google would just do it all in their whole full stack.
Yes.
I mean, and the Notebook LM podcast is really good for learning information.
Yeah.
All right. Last one.
Meta Ray-Ban glasses. So the good and the bad.
I mean, overall, it sounds like pretty good.
Overall, it sounds like they got Apple scared. Like everybody's kind of, this is the internet reaction that I'm seeing. Wow, those are great. Damn, Apple missed the boat on that one.
I mean, or they're just like... I mean, well, like we said before, they're never first. They're just usually the best. So like this is, they've had the Meta Ray-Bans for a bit, you know, with the Ray-Bans and the camera inside.
They're really good.
But these are the first ones that have a screen built in that you can see. You can see a screen inside the glasses.
I believe it's a tiny projector that's projecting on the right eye only.
Just one eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's small. It's like 800 by 800 pixels, I think.
Yeah.
It reminds me more of the Snap spectacles that I tested at AWE that are way chunkier in the build. I think they're supposed to be a lot smaller next year, but similar where it's like a very kind of narrow-ish field of view. Then you can kind of see alerts and information and stuff.
It's chunkier, but it's also super light. I think it's like...
No, I mean, these Ray-Bans look good. I mean, they've got like a little chunky in the thing for the battery.
The thing is all battery, like the bridges or whatever. I think it's only 130 grams or something like that, whereas like a real Ray-Ban Wayfarer is like 70 grams.
Oh, okay.
So it's like just twice as heavy, but it's got compute right on it and batteries and all that stuff.
Yeah. What did I think, was it The Verge or someone called it? They said that this is the first thing that has like felt like what Google Glass promised.
Everybody's crapping on Google.
It was like what they promised like 10, 15 years ago. Yeah. This is like the first thing that actually delivers on that vision. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what do you think about uses and stuff for this?
I think a daily personal assistant thing, just notifications and managing calendars. If you're walking around the street, directions, like all those obvious things, great. What most people don't think of glasses as is a listening device and a personal one. The speakers are like right above your ear and they're really good. So I wore the first gen Meta Ray-Bans and then I was just listening to some music and then I asked the guy was literally this far away. I was like, can you hear any of it? Like, no.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool.
So like they could replace your AirPods, whatever you wear your AirPods for, you could just wear a pair of glasses and now you have ear and vision.
It's got the built-in Meta AI chatbot and can show you pictures and text your answers to questions. So it also feels like it has a bit of that smart AI element that I think it could do translations too, like that they showed with the AirPods.
That would be nice.
But this one you can see things and sort of interact with the world. Yeah, I mean, it feels like the best first step for like actually useful AR glasses.
I have an interesting use case. You might want to run this up by Lightcraft.
Okay.
AI glass VCam.
Oh, so you kind of see like a...
Yeah, so like you're crafting the shot, and instead of holding a device, you're just like kind of doing this with your head and doing a chicken head.
Like a director viewfinder thing where
you're like doing this
with your
right?
glasses.
Yeah. You look like Spielberg.
I thought you were saying like, oh, you could see the camera feed or something in your glasses.
Sure, that could be.
Because I remember Strata, they did that test when the Apple Vision Pro came out, and then they like rigged it up so that the AC could have the viewfinder in their Apple Vision Pro and pull focus, like using the Apple Vision Pro.
That's super useful, especially if it's a large set and the guy's like way the hell out there.
I mean, I don't think you would want to pull focus on a 800 by 800 pixel screen.
No, you pinch to zoom, man. You do one of these.
The other thing, I don't think it doesn't have like spatial mapping. I don't think it can.
Oh, no. Right.
Because like that was the other thing that the Snap spectacles could do.
Yeah.
They could identify surfaces and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it's doing slam tracking
animation on a physical surface. I don't think these can do that yet. I'm sure that's obviously planned. The other thing they announced too, which didn't really get as much coverage, was they also have a partnership with Oakley, and they released like smart Oakley sports glasses.
That. Okay.
Yeah. A display free. Oh wait, I thought they had displays in them. Never mind. I thought these were...
The other thing I want to cover is
a HUD thing.
They have this like smart wristband thing that is essentially reading your muscle contractions and then figuring out
control.
Dude, that thing has been in research land for like 20 years. I remember in like the early 2010s, we were trying to use a lot of that for motion capture because we could just eliminate finger gloves and all that just like capture, and it was not quite there yet.
That's also why like when Apple finally does release something like this, it's probably just gonna like blow everything else out because they have like the groundwork, because like
Spoken
Apple,
like a true fanboy. They're gonna blow everything out, man. Are you sure, Joey?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean they have a pretty good shot. But because they have the Apple Watch, and that Apple Watch already can track pinching, gesture control.
Yes.
They'll have the glasses or whatever. They'll have the like phone with the crazy processors built in connected to it. Because this also like a lot of this stuff only works with your phone nearby because the phone's doing the processing on the Meta glasses.
Yeah.
So look, Apple has the groundwork, and they have the...
What would make you want to get one of these right now? Like what would make Joey go spend $800 on this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it would need to have some sort of like AR and like spatial mapping or something. Like it would have to be something like, I don't need a screen in the corner of my face to see like a text message. Like I don't care. Yeah, so I don't really care enough about that. It would need to have like something where it could, plop displays or graphics or on the wall or on the table, or if I'm like walking around a city, like actually like show arrows and like map directions and stuff.
Would you use something to interact with cameras at all?
Maybe. I mean, the camera thing has been kind of appealing for just like, it'd be cool to grab a quick shot of this or something of like a POV kind of shot.
I can't think of any like professional use.
Professional use, yeah. I mean, I can't like, aside from virtual location scouting or something like...
I would imagine like a police officer.
I can't think of where headsets have even...
Police officer would have great use for this. Like instead of body cam, in addition to the body cam, they have this camera, and then whatever license plate
pull up information, like the stuff they would go back to their car for the computer.
But you need heavy AI integration and all that included with it.
Yeah, and you would need like fast processing and data connections and stuff like that, and a battery that. Or if you're working
at like an Amazon warehouse or any kind of big industrial facility, then you have relevant information pulled up with vision and everything.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been tough. It's also got a little tough for me too, because I don't wear glasses, so it's not like it'd be like it would be a new, like, beyond just like the tech decision, just like a personal style / changing my day-to-day wear to wear glasses. Yeah. So yeah,
I hate
that's
glasses.
A good question. That's a good question.
I mean, and these are heavy. Yeah, the pros would have to significantly outweigh the nuisance of wearing glasses every day.
Yeah. I mean, the Apple Vision Pro, I've only used it a few times, but that's such a different, like it's something where you could theoretically be traveling or something, or bring up a bunch of screens and change the way you work a little bit. Yeah. Smart glasses are. Yeah.
The other, like, I've been wearing smart watches for, I don't know, a long time now, since the Gen 1 Apple Watch. And now I can live without them. Two main reasons. One is all of the watches that I used to have would drift in time. over time.
Yeah.
So like even like a minute off is, it's too much.
Yeah.
These things are obviously all synced.
Everything's synced.
Yeah. The second is I kept missing meetings because I never would get the calendar invites and stuff. And now I get the meeting invites and all the so now I feel like I look like a professional person, but this thing's helping me do that.
Yeah.
So I think if those two things were put on the glasses, then I could maybe not wear the watch.
Yeah. I mean, the fitness thing, I could see that for be useful for glasses. So I could see stuff without having to pull my phone out or see like metrics and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be useful.
Okay.
It's such a big lift where it feels like a very dedicated, like full-time athlete kind of purchase where it's like a nice to have.
I mean, the tech companies want us to wear the watch, the AirPod, the glasses, and then the last thing is they jack us in with Neuralink. And we're just toast, just like, oh.
Maybe that's the thing with the Matrix. And what the Matrix got wrong was that like the robots forced everyone to plug into a battery. In reality, it's just we're gonna voluntarily plug ourselves in.
100%. Like that world is way better. You're just gonna have more fun. Just.
Yeah, it's gonna be more like Ready Player One, Oasis.
Exactly.
Like, we're voluntarily going to go there.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, that's a roundup for today.
All right. We'll be back next week with the AI roundup.
Later in the week, this week.
I have some shout outs. So Spotify's been getting some cool comments. Those of you who are listening or viewing on Spotify, thank you for doing that. Paul Trapani, thank you for your comment. Ola Lee 92, thank you for your comment. And again, if you're just new to this, that little rating, if you give us a little 5-star rating, that goes such a long way. Please consider doing that. And
yeah, also shout out to Robert Flowers TV for was a good commenter on YouTube. And so, yeah, thanks for the action.
Thank you.
Glad he commented about Comfy Cloud. So, I'm excited about seeing that coming too.
Joey and I were just talking about having more Comfy UI episodes. So
we were, yeah. So yeah, if you've got anything specific you want to see, we will try to break it down. Links for everything we're talking about at denoisedpodcast.com. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you at a roundup this Friday.